Hello, this is RICKY, the Android guy. Hey guys, sorry for the little bit of delay. We had some microphone issues, had to swap a mic out, so now hopefully you can hear me just fine. Welcome to another episode of Android Weekly / Android Q&A, where we go over all latest news that happened during the week and answer your questions that were emailed to me live. If you have a question you would like me to answer, just email me at asktheandroidguy@gmail.com, and hopefully I will answer it next week. Make sure your subject is question. All right, and without further ado, let's get to the first big topic during the week, and that is the first renders of the S7. So let's get to it, and this is the Galaxy S7. So this is the chassis basically for the S7. The bottom of it does have a speaker. Sorry, a port C port, which is what it looks like. But a lot of people are debating right now if that is going to be the C port or if it will just be a speaker possibly. And that's the thing that's being debated right now on which one will it be. I personally still, from everything I've heard, I still do believe that it will be a C port, but there is a rendering based off of schematics that it is possibly not going to be a C port. So we'll just have to kind of wait and see on which one it will be. Um, Everything else looks for the most part the same. It looks fairly similar to things we've had in the past, but this is all the internal part, of course. So can't make too much off of here yet, but this is the first image of it that we see from it. What do you guys think? Um, I I think it is a seaport. I think that we are going to get that, but I'm not sure if it will be there. All right, now there was a renders released on last week's, schematics of it, and someone did it in CAD basically, so to give a 3D image. And because this is CAD, this is not certain of certain things, such as we do not know if what the port will be. Although this report said that they believe it would be a regular micro USB, that is not confirmed. The one thing that is not present, though, is the same old no removable micro SD slot. So there is a SIM card slot which could house a micro SD card slot as well, but there is no separate slot for the micro SD. However, I prefer to have one SIM card slot to have both. I think that would be more just beneficial overall. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think the SIM card slot is just SIM card or also micro SD? And on the other side of the spectrum, we have the iPhone 6C. Yes, it does look like it will be a reality. And if it will, it looks like it could be coming out as soon as March. Now, how we'll tell this, if this is going to be actually factual, is just simply by this. We will have already hardware leaks of this, most likely by January, if this is going to be true. If it's not going to be true, then I do not believe that it will be a 6C coming out in March. It could possibly coming out still later, but it might not be coming in at that time. And this will be a 4-inch screen as believed, it looks like as of this far, but everything else is kind of back and forth. Some people say it'll be a plastic body, and some people say it'll be still a metal body. We'll have to wait and see which one it is, but it does look like it will come. What is for sure going to come is the second generation Apple Watch, which was released last year, or was announced last year, sorry, in March around the same time. So that seems like it will be a perfect timing for the second generation Apple Watch. So for any Apple fans out there, I would not get an Apple Watch anytime soon because it will be obsolete in about a few months. And then other patents. Samsung has new patents on the future of smartphone cameras. Now, there are lots of rumors going around right now that Samsung is selling their mirrorless camera division, but this seems to imply that maybe there might be something different coming along. So, what do I mean? I mean that there's going to be different things where you're going to have two huge flashes. Giving a huge difference in terms of low light performance like we've never had. Also, there's going to be attachments, which is kind of interesting. So it'll be an attachment to use it, which again is really interesting. I think I love this concept of fact of having like an attachment to having a better camera, and especially if it's this small. The problems with the Kodaks and Nokias and all the other ones that had these similar attachments is that they were far too big and made the phone too bulky. But if Samsung has found a way to make it this small and compact, well, then I think there could definitely be something really interesting there. I mean, a camera, something this thin, being able to shoot great quality sounds like a great ability. So I'm really curious to see what it will be and how it will turn out. Let me know, would you guys, if it didn't add that much bulk, if it's something that you can still fit in your pocket about this size, would you get that attachment to take better photos? Let me know in the comment section down below. In other news, Samsung Pay did finally expand. So as I told you guys last week, Samsung Pay did expand to add gift cards. So now they have gift cards in the expansion. So really nice, but there's just honestly too few gift cards. So it's supposed to be all the gift cards in the Blackhawk network, but that's way more than what they're offering so far. So hopefully we'll get a lot more. Technically in the Blackhawk network, you're supposed to be able to get like Starbucks gift cards, supposed to be able to get like AMC gift cards, all these things that aren't there. And that's one thing that I hopefully they do it. They started off with 50. Quite frankly, I wouldn't probably use any of those 50 right now. But it is nice that you can buy a gift card for someone and then send it to them via Samsung Pay. Thought that was a pretty probably the best news about this. But in terms of their how many they have, I think this 50 is kind of lackluster in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Are there any of these that you use? Do you have Samsung Pay? And would you see this as a benefit to be able to send someone a gift card? In other news, Samsung Pay on the smartwatch will be delayed, so the Gear S2 will not have Samsung Pay till 2016. We do not know when in 2016 yet. This could be an announcement, obviously made later on, but it is just not available yet. So really, it's I think it's again showing that Samsung just didn't have it all together and didn't have everything ready and set up to do this. Uh, but I think my biggest disappointment in this is that I don't really see a benefit in Samsung Pay really on the smartwatch because it's only NFC, and really I don't use NFC almost ever when I use Samsung Pay. I mainly use just a regular credit card swiper. So let me know what you guys think. Do you guys really want an NFC payment system on your smartwatch, or would you just rather wait till maybe like the Gear S3 that might have MST built in on it? Let me know what you guys think. And finally, the last bit of news for this week is going to be the split screen is coming to Android N. That's right. Even though it was on the build number for Android M, we will not get it till Android N. This is pretty big news just because, Android M is almost on no Android devices yet other than like the HTC A9 and a couple of others. There's just not really that many devices that have it. So I think one of the biggest things that's really hurting it is the fact that I just don't think that all around this will be great for Android because it's taking so long. I mean, this is something that Samsung tablets had since the Galaxy Tab, or I think it was Galaxy Tab 2 that introduced it actually. The Galaxy Tab 2 that introduced it. But for Samsung to have had it for so long and for Android still to be that far behind, I just find it really concerning overall that they don't have it. And I know it's one of the main reasons why a couple of people have asked me, will I be reviewing the Pixel C? And I will not, just because I don't see the benefit in the tablet. Regular stock Android, because it doesn't have split screen, I just cannot see it as a productivity product. So I probably will not be reviewing it just because without split screen, even with the keyboard, I can't really see it as a productivity tablet. And because of that, I don't even see it as a good tablet this year overall. We'll get to it. We're gonna start doing the best of tablets and smartphones. I already have the smartphone list, so I already have the entire smartphone list ready. I just need to make the video. So that will be coming later this week. And then we will have the best tablets one probably later this week as well. I have 2 days off this week, so I do have some things scheduled, but I'm going to try to get as many things done as I can. All right, now let's get to the questions that were emailed to me during the week. Again, if you have a question you would like me to answer, just email me at asktheandroidguy@gmail.com, as it's right here down below, and make sure your subject is question, and hopefully I'll answer it next week. Every week we do get a lot of questions, so if you're not answered on the emails, well, then just watch us live. If you watch me live, everyone who's watching live, just ask your question in the comment section down below now, and I will get to it before the end of this episode. All right, let's start off in 1 second. All right, the first question is from Denard. Denard? I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name. I'm horrible with names pronunciation. But I have a Galaxy Note 5 with Sprint. Seems like they have taken off the Smart Manage capability. Yes, unfortunately they did. What is the best option to replace it? Honestly, I would not get anything as of yet. So this is what I mean. The most well-known one is what is that? Another viewer actually mentioned it. What is the most well-known one? Clean Master. There you go. Clean Master. That's probably the most well-known one, and it is what Smart Manager is based off of. Is just Smart Manager is a lot lighter, so it doesn't just bog down your battery life as much as Clean Master does. So overall, I do not recommend replacing it simply because if you have the Galaxy Note 5 from Sprint, you are less than 2 months away from getting Android Marshmallow. Android Marshmallow is supposed to be coming to the Note 5 this month, and by all means, everyone in the US should have it by January. So for those purposes, I would actually hold on to it for now. But that's just me. Let me know if you guys use any of them, leave it in the comment section down below. But I just don't believe that it would be the right choice personally. All right. Using another. All right. So Marvin asked. He has. He's asking basically. Can you use another charging brick on the Note 5? And will it mess up the battery if you do so? So he was talking about using his one from the Note 3 on the Note 5, which the Note 3 has a bigger one, or not a charging brick, I guess, the connection. So it sounded like you're just literally talking about the adapter part that plugs into the wall being different. And it can be different, but you just won't get the quick charge then. So that's the main difference of it, is that you will not get the quick charge if you if you do not have the charger that comes with it, because that's half of what's giving it the new fast adaptive charging. For instance, the regular charger from Samsung from the Note 3 or the Note 4 would be a 2 amp charge at 5 volts. However, the quick charge cable that comes with the Galaxy Note 5 is a 9-volt charger at 1.6 volt. Or sorry, a 9-volt charger at 1.6 amps, which charges much quicker. Now it can fluctuate between the two, so the new charger knows what to do if you plug in a Note 3, for instance. However, if you use a Note 3 adapter in a Note 5, it will not gain the faster charging capability that your Note 5 adapter does. So that's the main difference between it. All right, Jesus asks, I know they recommend you encrypt your phone before resetting it and sell it, but should I do it with my daily driver? Does it slow things down? Any cons? So here's the thing. You're talking about encrypting your phone before you sell it. That would be a good idea. It would be. However, you're talking about should you do it with your daily driver like on an everyday basis. My stance on this is if I'm a hacker, you can do whatever you want to your phone. I'm going to get it. That's the general way I feel, is that if you're a good enough hacker, if you know what you're doing, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you do. Now, it doesn't matter what you do to your phone, because they will find a way in. Encryption only can do so much, and everything else can only do so much. If they really want to, if they're good enough, they will find a way. So that's always my stance on it. Obviously you don't want your information stolen, of course, but it really just is kind of goes with it kind of thing. So yes, that's my stance on it. Yes, before you sell it, it's a good idea to encrypt your phone. But as a daily driver, it will slow down your phone, and it feels buggy to me. So I do not encrypt my phone. I do before I sell it, but other than that, no, I don't see a point of it. But that's just me, and that's my opinion on it. And then you also went to talk about, Lollipop. You're on Lollipop. It sucks. Yes, it does. Lollipop is the worst thing ever. You're on Lollipop and it sucks, and it's running in the background. Apps are they're still running in the background even after you did the whole button thing. Should I close apps or just leave them and let Lollipop take care of them? Well, the problem is Lollipop doesn't take care of them. That's why Lollipop is so god awful, because it doesn't do the basic RAM management that has been around since Android 1.6. So yes. I usually close them when I'm not using my phone for so I'm not sure which phone you have. I feel for the Note 5 and Edge Plus, I never have to clear any of the apps because they're never running in the background anyway. Um, and you're talking about using the one, the Clean Master one-click speed booster to make sure things aren't running. It seems it works to speed up battery life, and you're an expert. What's the best? Um, Again, the one I recommend really wholeheartedly, which is in my video on how to improve battery life and how to speed up the Note 5, is the Smart Manager. It's a built-in one, so that is by far the best, and it's a much lighter version of Clean Master that takes all the nonsense that Clean Master puts in and advertisements Clean Master puts in and gets rid of it all to have a nice, smooth uh, RAM management system. However, if you are, again, as I said earlier, have a Note 5, I would not use any, because as soon as Marshmallow comes out, all those Lollipop RAM issues will be gone. And then you can let Marshmallow take care of it and you won't have any issues. Nexus 6P is great for that purpose. So yes. And so for the next one, it is a really great one. I believe it's Dwayne Lloyd, did this great thing, which I did not take the time to even realize, but he has a hidden feature for the LG V10, and I thought it was a great hidden feature. So his hidden feature is that I just want to share with you guys. His hidden feature is that basically you can change the icons without a launcher, which is really great. So not only can you do regular themes, but you can change it without it. So if you tap and hold an icon, a purple paintbrush will appear, and then you can add whatever image you want. So you can download icons. There's a bunch of like Windows icons. You can make your gallery like the Windows icon gallery. You can do all this kind of stuff. You can make a camera like a really cool one, and you can just play around with them as much as you can. And you do want to download the PNG, which is a better photo quality format, icons but it's really cool looking. I think it's great, and I think it's a really great thing overall. That just looks really cool. So you can change your icons all the way around. So a great hidden feature from one of our viewers, and thank you for sharing that, Deloitte. I thought it was really cool, and I was like, wow, that's great that other people are sharing their hidden features and we can all share them. So that's great. Thank you very much for that. All right, now let's get to the questions that you guys have for me. Again, YouTube has kind of changed the question system, so hopefully this will be fine. But I will try to get to as many questions. They changed the entire way you guys post questions, the entire way I view questions. So it's a lot different looking than before. Hopefully I'll get to all of them though, and it should be fine. All right, so the first question was anything on the SD removable. I think they were talking about for the S7 when I first was talking about that. Again, there's no separate slot for the micro SD card. However, the micro SD card could be in the same slot as the SIM card tray. And a lot of phones are going towards this. It's a much cleaner way of doing it. It's just no need to do two different ones. So that is the main thing that I would do. or sorry, not that I would do. Well, if I was Samsung, I would do that, yes. But basically, that is what it's looking like. That if there is a micro SD card slot, then that will be it. So it's interesting. Everything I've heard yes that there will be a micro SD card slot, but in this rendering we didn't see it. So it's kind of interesting to see what will be true and what will be pure speculation. As we have so much speculation already on the S5, on the S7, it's really kind of curious if that January date that we talked about a few weeks back will remain true. Is there is there sorry, is it legal for phone companies to raise your unlimited rate money wise even if you are grandfathered in? What's to stop them from taking you off of it? Well, so what Kronos is referring to is that both AT&T just did this and Verizon was the first one that did this. Basically, if you're on a grandfathered unlimited plan, um, you basically are going to get a rate now $30 more, I believe, for both 20 or $30 more for each of those companies that you now have to pay more of. So basically, if I was on Verizon dollars and I paid $30 for my data, I'm now going to have to pay $60 for my data because I have a grandfathered unlimited plan. And you're asking, is it legal for a phone company to do this? Well, it's a very simple answer to that. Yes, it's completely legal. You aren't, the only time it wouldn't be legal is if you were in a contract. But as you know, you can't get into a new contract with them unless you now sign that this is now your rate. So yes, if you had a 10-year contract with them and it said this was your rate and it can't go up, there's a reason they don't do that. It's because they only want 2 years contracts, so they can change their rates anytime they want. And yes, while some people might be grandfathered in, others have to do that. I mean, I left Verizon for this reason, so yes, I know a lot about it. I left Verizon a little over a year ago, and I was still unlimited data. This was before they did the $30 more or $20 to $30 more a month for it. So when it did it, I basically, when that happened, I basically was thinking about it, and I ended up going to T-Mobile. And the reason is because, at the time, what I could do is I had a family plan, so I would just use everyone else's upgrade, and then they would get my phone. Which, although it sounds messed up, my family, like, I upgrade every 6 months, where my family upgrades every 2 years. So in those 2 years' time, I would get like, okay, I got the Note 5. All right, now I'm gonna get the S7. So you get the Note 5, and I'll get this S7. And so it would just go like that, and that's how I would do it on my old plan, because I could take their upgrade and keep my unlimited data. Um, but yeah, so grandfather clauses are only good for certain things, and it's very different between, um, category to category because, grandfathered grandfather law, how it applies to certain buildings and code regulations for those buildings are very different. But again, if you want to renew it and you're trying to like change certain things around, then but yes, in terms of legality, they can completely do it. It's just because, you don't have to you don't have to stay with their service. You don't have to. You can go somewhere else. They're not forcing you to stay with their service. So that's the main thing why. Um, what stopped them from taking you off of it? Nothing really. I mean, they could take you off of it if they really wanted to. Now, how much bad publicity that would be is why they don't take you off right away. And why they haven't taken people off, because they could technically do that at any point. And it's legal. But the backlash would be very harsh, and they don't want to obviously lose their customers. But slowly, subtly, they've been doing it. They've been trying to get rid of all these customers. They first, of course, like I said, I couldn't get a 2-year contract price, or I couldn't get on Next if I wanted to keep my unlimited plan. I couldn't get on either one of those with my unlimited plan. So that was a problem. Now they're doing it. Okay, God, people are still on these plans. Okay, let's charge them more. We'll charge them $30 more. That way, it's like they're paying for a 10 gig plan, even though it's still unlimited. they'll pay like that much. So yeah, that's what it is really if you think about it. You're still paying for unlimited for when most people pay for 10 gigs or 20 gigs or 5 gigs depending on the carrier. You're getting that much data, but you're getting unlimited instead of what they are getting. So that's the legality behind it, why they don't take people off it right away, and why it's a slow process. It's been going on for a while now. If you use Samsung Pay and it denies my payment with the correct PIN, should I charge it as credit? Yeah. I'm not sure why it wouldn't do it as a PIN. Are you using it in the U.S. or did you take it from the U.S. and take it somewhere else, or to another country? Because I'm not sure if you're meaning like a debit PIN or if you're meaning the credit card pins that are used in different parts of the world when you're using the EMV chip. Two different things. So yeah, just sorry, but if you're using in the U.S. as like debit, we enter in the U.S. we enter 4-digit pins for debit cards. They do it with credit cards as well overseas. So with that, I think that overall, if you're denied it because because you paid, so it declines my payment with the correct PIN. Should you charge it as credit? Well, you should still be able to charge it as credit no matter what. And then they'll just ask you for the 4 digits, which you bring up the one that it tells you, which is the token 4 digits. And that will work, yes. You can use a debit as a credit with Samsung Pay. You can do that. Because all that you're replacing is a swipe. There's nothing else you're replacing. The only thing you're replacing is a swipe, and you're just tapping with your phone instead of swiping your credit card. Everything else should be the same. I haven't seen you do a video showing the calling feature on the S2. Will you? Well, it's because I didn't have a connected version of the S2 for a long time. I do have one now. I didn't think about doing a video for that, but yeah, sure, I can do that. It's just always kind of tricky because you can't display the phone number, and then you have to do a lot of editing, and so we'll try to do it as easy as possible. But yes, we can try to do that for you guys. Are you going to make an Android Wear tips and tricks? I have not had a new Android Wear device for a little while. My last one is my LG Urbane that I still have. Um, However, I am finally in talks with Huawei, so hopefully we can get their watch in. If we get the Huawei watch, I will do a 10 hidden features, or maybe 5. We'll see how much, because I don't know how many Android Wear hidden features there actually are. But I will do either like a 5 hidden features video or maybe 10 must-have Android Wear apps that I think are the best apps for Android Wear. So we'll do something like that along those lines. What do you think about Sony 4K TVs with Android TV versus a regular 4K TV, Smarty TV? I would love it if every TV left their OS and went to Android TV. I would think that's a genius idea for all TVs to do what Sony did last year at CES. However, I just don't see it happening because mainly with Samsung, because they're using Tizen, which is their OS that they're championing, and I don't see them doing it. And LG is using WebOS, which is their operating system they bought from HP, which used to be on that HP tablet that kind of crashed and burned a while back. But yeah, those are the things that have come out. So I could see Sharp, I could see Vizio, I could see everyone else doing it, but I cannot see. Well, but one of them, I think it's Vizio or TLC or TCL that has Roku on theirs. So everyone's doing different things. I would love it if Android Wear became the standard. I think it should be, and I think that would be a big competition comparing to Apple TV. If you get every TV company to buy in, and you can even give them something for it, I mean, people will be using then your smart TV technology, which is a huge win. I think if Android or Google would do that, that's something I think Google should do, quite frankly. I'd like to see someone do a vid on OS Android Shield and how to unlock the bootloader. So you're talking about OS vid on OS on Android Shield. Do you mean NVIDIA Shield? The NVIDIA Shield one, or Android TV Shield, or uh yeah, I'm just not sure. Loading a custom ROM and how to unlock the bootloader. There's lots of videos on that. God, I don't remember the name of it anymore. There was a guy who did all Samsung smartphones. When I used to watch it, I mean, we're talking about like the Droid 1 and the Droid 2 and the Droid Charge and those days. So I mean, you're talking about 3 or 4 years back. Um, there was a guy that I used to see all the time who did those step by step. I just I don't think I will do that on my channel simply because one, it's very time consuming. Uh, Two, though, it is a lot of work, but more so it's very techy. And although I'm doing the computer thing, I'm building my computer right now, so I'm just happening to do videos on it. Um, I really, I don't want this to become too of a techie channel. I designed this channel for, you know, to break things down that are complex out there and break them in simple terms that everyone can see, kind of thing. So that's why I designed this channel. So I don't feel that I will ever do, full how to unlock the bootloader and everything like that. But all of it is available on XDA developers. If you go to XDA developers, um, they do break it down step by step, but they don't have a video on it. They do sometimes have pictures on it, but you search your phone, and then when you get your phone, and then when you see which phone you have, you download whatever custom ROM, whatever thing you want, and it tells you step by step on how to launch the bootloader and everything. And that's it. Uh, that would probably be the best way to learn how to unlock phones, bootloaders, and customize the ROM, and maximize customization on Android. Yeah, it was something to do with Samsung. He only did Samsung though at the time. I don't know if he ever expanded, but yeah, that's something I saw back in the day. But yeah, guys. So what's coming this week? This week we have the iPad Pro versus Galaxy Tab, or sorry, yeah, Galaxy Tab S2. We have those two going head to head, and which one really is a better productivity model. Then we also have just getting ready for CES. I mean, we're getting ready. I've gotten so many appointments right now. I got an appointment to do a tour at Samsung's booth. I got an appointment with LG, or I got an appointment with Huawei. I got an appointment with Sony. I got an appointment with Logitech, Razer, just all these different companies that we're really just kind of partnering up with to really see what they're going to be offering at CES. And so it's really great talking to a lot of them. So a lot of content coming out with that, just preparing for everything with that. Make sure we have everything we need. I recently purchased a new camera, so all the new videos are shot with a newer camera. That's why it's better quality. But the one thing about it, it might not be too far. So I just purchased a new lens for this bad boy, so that it can go a bit further for our zoom capabilities when we need it to. So that's really great for that purpose. So yeah, we just got this lens in literally this past week. So really nice all around. Um, but yeah, that's the main stuff going on right now. Got a lot of things going on work-wise. They're doing a whole thing with my personal job right now. So that's taking up a lot of my time. And then, of course, Star Wars is coming out. And so I'm doing a lot of Movie Guys channel stuff for Star Wars right now. So that's coming up too. So a lot of just things happening right now and trying to get them all together and get them all finished for you guys. Recently did a software update to Lollipop on my Note 3. My battery is draining much faster. How can I fix this? Thanks. Unfortunately, there is not really a fix because Lollipop just sucks and it's using all the apps in the background. Lollipop is a horrible update, unfortunately, and it really screwed up a lot of people's phones. Marshmallow will fix all these, but I do not know if the Note 3 will get Marshmallow. I honestly do not believe it will. The only thing you can do is check out my video on how to speed up the Note 3, and you can uninstall a lot of the built-in bloatware that comes with it. Uninstall and disable as many apps as you can that you never use, and that will help your battery a bit. What about the NVIDIA new tabs? And we covered that about 3 weeks ago, I think, when the very first day it was announced. I think was a Sunday, so we covered it that day. Yeah, no, it's a great tablet. It's gonna be in the top 5 of the best tablets of 2015. So no, that's a great tablet. The NVIDIA tablet is one of the best tablets for the price by far. I cannot see myself recommending. I'm gonna have to take a look at every tablet available, so it takes time. But I cannot see myself recommending that many tablets over the NVIDIA one because it's such a great processor performance. Everything is great on it. So yeah, it's a really great device, definitely for sure. Yeah. All right, guys. I think that'll be all the time we have for today. Thank you guys always for watching. Please give a like, thumbs up down below, and we will have lots of content coming for you guys. It won't stop, and we're going to try to get as much as we can for the end of this year. Again, if you have not signed up, make sure to check out my other channel, The Mainstream Movie Guy. The contest, the giveaway, where we're giving away a Gear VR, Bluetooth headphones, and a Google Play Store $25 gift card. We're giving away all 3 of those this this Friday, December 18th, Star Wars Day. We're giving it we're giving it away. So make sure to check that out. The giveaway will happen on December 18th, and it will be announced on the Mainstream Movie Guy channel. All right, guys. Thank you as always for watching. This has been RICKY, the Android Guy.